But he does the horrible spider, gaping dragon, demon, monster, ribcage nightmares. And you find his corpse there. Did I not send him out? He's still here. Awkward.
You know, I was thinking about leaving for another round of thieving. There must be something of use in Lothric Castle. I'm aware of the danger. That castle is a death trap. Not a single man has returned from the castle unscathed, even back in the day. But I don't want to sit around and die a petty rat. And I consider myself your friend. Thank you for placing your trust in me. Don't you worry. I know Lothric like the back of my hand.
Yeah, don't trust him.
Don't you worry. Goodbye. I will leave for some time. So long for now. Do stay safe, you hear? Or my efforts will have been for naught.
Yep. It's nice that he's ultimately trying to help you, which is cool, but unfortunately, as far as I can tell, he is doomed to fail eventually if you keep letting him go, and this is the end point, I think.
Welcome, host.
Let's go ahead and give her the eyes.
Ashen One, are these eyes? How gracious of thee, Ashen One. The very things we firekeepers have been missing. Ashen One, my thanks for the eyes thou'st given. But firekeepers are not meant to have eyes. It is forbidden. These will reveal through a sliver of light frightful images of betrayal. A world without fire. Ashen One, is this truly thy wish? Of course. I serve thee and will do as thou bidst. This will be our private affair. No one else may know of this. Stay thy path. Find lords to link the fire, and I will blindly tend to the flame until the day of thy grand betrayal. Farewell, Ashen One. Mayst thou thy peace discover.
And there we go, the path towards the Age of Darkness ending, or whatever. I'm not actually sure what it's called. I haven't placed any of the souls yet. Cinders. I guess I'll just place them all at once and just enjoy that little victory lap at the end. But yeah, this feels like it's probably the next most interesting ending after the one I got last time, because I did Hollow King the first time. I believe there are 4 total. The most obvious one is that you can just go kindle the flame. You know, the easy ending. Interestingly, you have to unlock every ending in this game. In previous games, or at least in previous games, in Dark Souls 1 and 2, you either did the fire thing or you walked away, and those were the 2 endings. Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin added a 3rd ending where if you did all of Aldia's little I think it was Aldia. If you did all of his little interactions and said the right answers, then you would get another boss fight and a 3rd ending. And in this one, there's multiple endings again but I think they took away the option to just walk away. You can just light it, obviously, just do the normal, the thing that is the described goal of the game. But then there's a 2nd ending you can get from giving her the eyes and following through with that plotline. And then there's another ending, there's the one we saw last time, which is that if you go with Yuria, get the dark sign, and you usurp the flame. And it's interesting because specifically, you have to unlock those endings. In order to do Yuria, you have to find Yoel, who is a totally optional NPC, especially since he despite what I originally thought at the very, very beginning, he is not the sorcery vendor, so he's a very optional character that's found in a weird corner of the map. Then you have to do specific actions with him within a confined amount of time before a specific boss is killed, at which point he disappears, and you either lose access to the quest forever, or you get to complete it. But then even the completing of the rest of that quest is through a series of obscure things. And getting this ending, the one I'm heading for right now, means going to Osiris, an optional boss, defeating him, then going past him to another area, and then not being too distracted and going through and beating up an invisible wall, then going past the invisible wall to another optional area and an optional boss, and then after that optional boss, continuing through, seeing a copy of Firelink that looks mostly empty, and having the wherewithal to search a specific location for a hidden item. Which admittedly, that part's not the hardest thing ever, but it's just interesting to me that if you want alternate endings in Dark Souls 2, in Dark Souls 3, as far as I can tell, you have to unlock all of them. You can't just make a decision at the end. Not unlocking the other endings just locks you into just kindling the flame, I believe. And that's an interesting departure. Alright, Patches, any dialogue about Greyrat's departure?
Hey, what happened to Greirat anyhow? I haven't seen him at all lately. Well, if you know where he scurried off to, be sure and tell me. Now I need to stock up, and if he's gone and croaked, he'll have left a gold mine. Off to Lothric, the castle of no return. That old thief's lost it if he thinks he has a chance in there. It's not like he's new to this game. What's got into him? That old thief. He's really lost it this time.
He seems genuinely mournful about it too. It's weird seeing Patches seemingly having a friend. My understanding is that if you were to attack Greyrat while he's in town, and Patches is also in town, then when you go to Patches, you'll actually find out that he's hostile to you. So like he'll be attacking you on sight for attacking Greyrat, which is a change of pace. He's kind of like one of the last Dark Souls characters you'd ever associate with kinship with virtually anyone. Hey, buddy. Ooh! You don't often open with that one. Here it comes. Oh, he didn't charge that time. Buddy, old pal. Alright, our next goal is the shortcut. We're heading our way towards the shortcut elevator, the one at the very top. And once we've got that one, which we'll have to fight tooth and nail for because of those 3 NPC attackers, although fighting them with spells has got to be easier. Around here we'll have... There's a Titanite chunk you get from fighting the bad guys. There's another Titanite chunk after the next elevator. Hey, buddy. And we're not too far off from that one last ring. I'm gonna go ahead and defeat Lothric, the princes. And I think Soulstream's gotta come in handy on that fight, because it's gotta pierce through the older brother and hit the younger brother, right? Like, that'd be fantastic. I see you up there. Yeah, that's surprising me. That is so satisfying, man. Oh! Like he noticed. Oh, I'm out of Vash. That was the ideal time to strike. He tried. Kind of squandered it, but tried. But yeah, I think that in order to progress Greyrat's story, who I sent in a little too late, I think I do need to beat a boss. Usually you have to beat a boss to progress the story. So we'll see how that goes. I'll come back to revisit this area after that. I checked the location with the birds, and he wasn't there yet. So that'll come later. See, we'll want to clear this area out. Hey! You're lucky I can't backstab with this. There we go. Undead Bone Shard. Always waiting. Ember, and I think there's nothing else, there's not much else up here. Just a gargoyle location. Anything stashed? Nope. Just the alternate path. What is that? That looks accidental. Oh, the wax. He shot his wax at me, and it weirdly like went through the wall, and it's being stretched vertically across the texture. Yeah, there it is. You can see it through the wall. It's just a weird display error with how they choose to render ash. Kick. But if I'm right about the death location of Greyrat being down by the birds, right there is the death location of our sorcerer friend. So there's a commonality between where some of these places, these characters end up dying, which makes sense because, frankly, just from a functional standpoint and a lore standpoint, this is the great big, the last forbidden knowledge area, but also it's basically the last zone of the game. So if you're gonna send people somewhere to die, it makes sense to be here. It's really freaky how this thing just looks like it's blown past. Interestingly, in hindsight, the way that this looks like it's blown backwards and everything, You can interpret it as wax, which makes perfect sense too. Oh, is that Kath? Oh yeah, the serpents are back here. Forgot about that. Yep, there's a creepy serpent man. A few of the different leader types. Is there an item over here? Nope. But anyway, you can kind of interpret this weird wax-like structure as being reminiscent of the finale area, which is weird. Because that everything there looks like this, where everything's swept backwards in a weird way. Howdy, folks. I wasted my bonus. 'Cause I'm just that bro. It hurts. Everything hurts inside. I am in horrible pain. He looks like he's happy to be here. Huh. Out of here. All right, one down. Here comes something bad, I assume. Nope, not. Oh, he's just charging up his spell. We're both having trouble shooting past the staircase. That's fantastic. Uh-oh. That's bad. He's doing exactly what I would do in that situation. Yep. The best part about Homing Crystal Soul Mass is that it specifically knocks back your opponent. Huh. It staggers them in a way that makes them more vulnerable to your follow-up spell, hopefully. We're both just trading blows. That's great. That's great. I'm in pain, though. So that part's less great. Here we go. A few endgame items and one last... Well, not one last shortcut, but almost the last shortcut. Soul of a great champion. Yeah, we're actually well on our way to being able to purge the Dark Sigil once and for all. With how many I have right now, just the boss fight should be enough, really. Oh, I should have triggered this without coming down it. Oh well. I guess I should double check there's nothing blocking it, because I could be wrong. And I should rest. Yeah, I should rest. It's fine. It's fine. But I need about 200,000 more, and everything's giving me just enough souls that I can probably afford it. Especially after I defeat the boss. It mostly comes down to whether or not I end up getting myself killed without picking up my own souls during like multiple attempts on the boss or not. It'll be interesting to see how tough he is. I think that my spells are going to make it easier to do the part of the boss fight where the second prince shows up and you have to try to hurt him up when he's on the back. Like, I can just target the prince directly, so that part's not a big deal. The hard part for me is going to be trying to, is there anything back here? The hard thing's going to be dealing with the teleporter in general. The guy that's constantly teleporting you and slapping you with his giant death stick sword. Because that might be tough to deal with when you're casting. He's a similar level of rapid fire movement and aggression that could be hard to deal with as a spellcaster in a way that was similar to Osiris. Osiris could cover a lot of ground, but this guy can just instantly be where you are, and there's not much you can do about it. Hey, big guys. Can't really target you directly, so I'm gonna have to ask you to come down for me. Hey. You could politely not aggro at the same time. Where's he going? Uh-oh. Awkward. Awkward. Well, he seems rather uninterested at the moment. What? Hitbox Y. Hitbox Y. Why do you do this to me, Hitbox? Thought we had something special. Oh, look, they're doing this. Oh, come on, man. Fine. I don't even know how they decide that it's not hitting each other, but fine. It's very polite of them to get stuck in that doorway for the entire duration. Alright, that's one more Titanite slab down. There's gonna be... how many are left, actually? Got the bookcase one. So there's 3 total in the archives. The next archive one is gonna be at the bottom of the elevator, and then there's gonna be one at the vendor once I turn in all the ashes. Well, not the ashes, all the cinder lords. It's freaky seeing you guys everywhere. Just hanging out, being weirdos. Oh, we're actually well on our way to 500k already. Alright, let's head on down. Oh, did I miss an item? How did I do that? Maybe one of them dropped more than one. There's something funny about the way they handle items in this game is they're always these glowing white sphere things, these puffs. And it always made sense because the game was dark. Oh, I can't even go this way. There's no reason to get this because it's just a shard anyway, but doesn't matter. But the games have always been dark, as per the title, so having an item be shown as just a poofy white thing is fine. But once you got to stuff like the ice levels and like the snowy levels in Dark Souls expansions, for like Dark Souls 2 expansions, and some of the really bright environments in this game, it actually gets kind of problematic at times where I've seen a fair number of players just missing the items because they drop on the enemy drops an item, but the item is pure white on a mostly white-ish environment. It's like, nah, it's invisible. Okay. Oh, right, he's down there. So we have an item to expect. I can't go anywhere from here besides here. Yeah, this whole cave part's linear. You can't go anywhere else. I mean cage part. Here's where things get non-linear. Okay. Somewhere around here is a ring I don't have already. I need to carefully try not to get murdered by this worm bastard who exists to ruin my life. Die. Die. I believe the phrase is, I have the high ground. Which was the genuine advantage there, because I had the perspective that allowed me to shoot down at him, because you cast spells by raising them above your head. So having the high ground is actually a massive advantage. There's the blessed gem. That might be it. That might be it. This part makes me nervous. Oh my goodness, you can see the sheer depth of how far down it is because of how many individual floors there are on the way down. Oh, wow. Yeah, jumping down while staring down makes you see like the individual bridges get closer at different rates. There we go. Sage's Ring +1. That's what I was here for. There's my shortcut back to the bottom. Might as well go that way. Thankfully I can cast this without moving forward or anything. There we go. And we should be safe. Yep. Oh, this might hurt a lot, actually. Yeah. Shit. Now I need to get back there and not die, because that's a lot of souls. Whoops. Must go get souls. Yep. So what you guys saw back there was a rather classic case of somebody... Watch out. Rather classic case of somebody just kind of awkwardly forgetting that they have these. And they've always had these. And all they have to do is do that. I'm sitting here trying to get my return route, like, oh yeah, I'll just hop down there, no big deal. Why? Why risk dying? You have if you're just going back to a bonfire, you have a mountain of those damn bones. They're there for a reason, dummy. And that's a mistake I make more often than I should. But we're good now. So we got the last ring of the entire game. That's every New Game Plus ring as far as I can tell, unless the list I'm using as a reference is wrong, which would be a bummer. Nice little hiding spot for the last one. It makes sense thematically the Sage Ring would be there. And the only two slabs left in the game should be the one at the next elevator and the one at the store. So it's basically just time to go kill 2 bosses. And we're pretty much done with this playthrough. That's crazy. Oh yeah, the most Boletarian of all palaces. Let's get that flash sword ready. Don't mind me. How you doing? Nope. Try to keep my distance here. Oh. Oh, you're lucky there was an archer. You deserve that. Right up in the face. Right up in the face. Alright, time to break out the heavy machine guns. Boom. No more time for dilly-dallying because the big bads are coming in this way. Oh, wait, those aren't the big bads. Oh, shit. Where'd you come from? Oh, that's not... You just saved me some mana. I don't know if it actually costed me yet or not, but that was a wasteful use of that gas. Oh, the big bad is actually hanging out in the middle of them. Isn't that nasty? Ow, dick. Oh, that's not Soul Stream at all. Oh, we got him anyway, so who cares? I meant to Soul Stream the whole row of them and just to try to obliterate them all at once. But pesky arrows are being annoying right now. Ruining my fun. Can I get them in line? Ah, shit. Little shits. Fine. I'll go fight you like a sane person making smart decisions. Unfortunately, that line of thinking is how you end up never using almost every spell in this game. Because almost none of the spells ever have applicable uses. The more fun a spell is, the less likely it is you have any reason to use it. Here we go. No more of that, please. I hate your general direction! There we go. Oopsie. Bye! That's adorable. See, all you need is to not be covered in archers. Then you get to slowly have your fun. Now come and get it. I fully expect to get invaded, by the way. I'm really surprised it's not happening. There must be just enough co-op stuff going on online that no one has to worry about being invaded one-on-one. How you doing, buddy? You just gonna watch that? Alright, cool. Wow, they're really interested in what happened over there. We are learning fascinating things about the AI in this game right now. So you kill them all with a giant Death Star beam, and one by one they just stare at the guy who just died. As if, like... It's really horrible, actually. It kind of makes you... Like, the reality of the situation, of course, is just that the AI is reacting to a distraction, because the game has a distraction system, where if something distracts them, they'll go stare at that for a little bit, like if you throw a pebble or something in a game. Or if you shoot a wall, if you shoot an arrow at a wall. Like a surprisingly possible stealth tactic is that you can shoot an arrow at a wall, and then they'll stare at the wall, and then you can actually like sneak past them in some cases. But in practice, ignoring the mechanics behind it, it does oddly look like the poor guys are like watching their lifelong friends die in front of them, and like they're in shock. You can almost hear like, almost as if like they themselves are like, they've been blasted by the sound, and like now their ears are ringing or something, and it's like somebody just saved them from a grenade. It's like, it's all you. You saved my life, and now he's gone, and I can never thank him again, and all that stuff. While we wait for the elevator, what do we have? There we go. Good old Titanite scale. And so we ride this down. And I'm actually going to homeward out of here, because that way I don't have to ride the elevator back up or wait for it to come back down. Because by taking this down here, I'm taking the top elevator back to the position where I can ride it up to the boss fight, which is rather convenient, actually. So we'll just revisit our bonfire this way. And there we have it. The last slab that's in the overworld